Beautiful. Well, happy Tuesday. It is May 27th, 2025. And as you can see from the title, I had all of 4 students all day today. In fact, I don't even think they rang the bells today. And if they did, I wasn't paying attention to the bells. I had 3 kids come in to have me sign their yearbook, which was really cute. Great kids, really, really sweet, nice kids. And then I had another kid come in that came to make a backup copy of everything that she's done on the computer. And I usually have the kids do that, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. But she couldn't find, a Google Drive or, something that was big enough to hold all these, awesome projects that she's worked on. And so she, over the weekend went and got a good-sized flash drive. I think it was, 250 gigs or something. Plenty of space. And so she has, it took a while, lots and lots of projects. But over the course of time was able to transfer all of her projects over to this little flash drive so that she can take them home. She can be proud of them. She does really amazing work. So I'm super proud of all the kids that I've had this year. It's been really awesome. Also, you'll have to forgive me that I am streaming so late today. I typically will stream a lot earlier. Today I had just a couple of projects that I needed to finish, and without those projects done, I wouldn't feel complete. It would drive me absolutely crazy that I hadn't done it yet. I took some really awesome photos at the dance concert, and I took thousands of pictures. Just, oh my gosh, incredibly large amount of pictures. And as a result, what's the right word? I procrastinated. That's a good word. I just put it off because it was so many pictures. And then finally I was just like, you know what? I got to get this done. And so I started it a couple days ago, and I trudged through it. I had to take lots of breaks because, oh my gosh, so many photos. And then finally today, I put the finishing touches on it, and I was like, yep, this is it. I picked all my favorite ones, I edited all the photos, and then I sent them off. It just took a while. Hey, Zamori, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, so today was, kind of getting ready for summer. I've also been putting off cleaning my desk, and I finally did clean my desk, so much so that there's not a paper, there's not a box on the floor, there's not anything. I could, where it's all out of play, it's all put away and stuff. I have a photo studio. I put the whole photo studio away. I have a couple TVs on a cart, like a flat screen cart. Put those away. I have a little storage closet that I keep stuff in. And I'm basically ready for the summer in that classroom. Now my broadcast studio, that's another tackle. But I can't do it tomorrow because tomorrow, of course, is that all-day event of needing to live stream all of the different graduations, including my school and then including 2 other schools that are doing it in that same venue. And they have asked me to do live streams of those days, and they are of those 2 graduation ceremonies. It's worth it. It's worth my time. It is a little tedious because I have to kind of babysit this live stream the entire day, but it's worth my time, or else I wouldn't do it, right? All right. Well, let's do the connections puzzle. Let's dive in. Strike while the iron is hot, right? All right. So connections today. We're looking for 4 groups of 4. I see carousel, candelabra, coaster, clock, slide, gate, record or record, teacup, beast, pick, lounge, pancake, strum, frisbee, bend, and food court. Wow. Okay, I could be totally wrong on this, but I see carousel, coaster, like a roller coaster, teacup, like the spinning teacup ride, and maybe a slide? Are these amusement rides? Oh, it's not even close. Okay, so that could be a red herring. I have fallen into red herrings before. But knowing that those aren't even close. What else? Beast, like Beauty and the Beast. Candelabra, clock, and teacup. These are characters, right? Living, what was his name? Chip, the teacup. Clocksworth, or Cogsworth, right? And then the candelabra, Lumiere. Okay. What characters were transformed into in Beauty and the Beast? And it's the purple category. Leave it to me to find, the dummy, not so obvious answer first. Oh boy. Well, maybe that means the rest of it'll be easier. Okay, now we did fall into the red herring that was teacup, so maybe they will intersperse in between all of the different categories of connections. Oh man. Okay, so a carousel and a record both go around and around. A frisbee goes around and around. What else? Okay, so I do see guitar words. Lord, how you doing, Lordy? I don't know, whatever you want to say. We are trying to keep it friendly here, so if that keeps up, I'm gonna kick you out. Sorry. There's slide guitar, pick guitar, strum. What are other guitar words? Maybe bend. You can bend notes. You can also record. Oh, guitar. Okay, great. Guitar playing techniques. Bend, pick, slide, and strum. Okay. Well, there's a food court. What? Food court, gate, lounge. These sound like airport things. Yeah, thank you. Callie is, well respected in this community. Come on. Frisbee, record. Oh, are these just circular things? Like a pancake, a coaster, a record, and a frisbee? Round, flat things. Great. Okay, so food court, lounge, gate. I get that, but carousel. Oh, like the baggage claim carousel. That's got to be it. The baggage claim. Yep. All right. We almost did it in reverse color order today. Look at that. Okay, what characters were transformed into in Beauty and the Beast? The Beast, a candelabra, a clock, and a teacup. The Beast, of course, was the Beast. Candelabra was Lumiere. Clock was Cogsworth, and teacup was Chip. Cute little kid. New streak for connections after failing yesterday. No, dang it. Guitar playing techniques to bend, pick, slide, and strum. I remember I had a hard time with connections too, but I got it. I'm trying to remember what the tricky one was. It wasn't one that boiled my blood, but it was one that kind of irked me. I forget what it was, but I remember I didn't get it. Or I did get it eventually. Oh, a teddy. I remember looking it up. A teddy. Yeah, the lingerie. Yep, I took a wild stab thinking teddy was a type of lingerie, and apparently it's like a nightgown, like an undergarment of a nightgown. Yeah, I remember that. Luckily, I guessed it correctly. The yellow category was just simply round, flat things. Need circles? Well, try a coaster, or a frisbee, or a pancake, or a record. I should get out my vinyl records again. I got a couple last time I went to the thrift store. I got really lucky. Found a couple of great Latin ones. I don't just look for whatever's at the thrift store. You're going to get all kinds of like polka and orchestral stuff. No, I tend to find, the jazz, jazz favorites, or I've gotten really lucky finding like Brazilian records too. I found one actually of a single of Brazil 66, which was super lucky. Yeah, but a record. I do love records. I have a really nice record player. My mom got me into records, vinyls, LPs, whatever you want to call them. Airport features will have a baggage claim carousel, a food court with probably overpriced food, because you're a captive audience, right? Of course they can jack up the price, just like at a theme park, right? Gate, right? You arrive at your gate to take off on an airplane, and then a lounge, right? If you need to calm your nerves. I was thinking of the wrong carousel until I finished the game. I thought merry-go-round. Exactly. I thought, what? When I saw what was left, I was like, how is there's no carousel. There's no merry-go-round at my airport locally here. What are you talking about? No, the baggage claim. And then you saw the red herring that popped out today. It was teacup, right? The teacup ride. A slide, I guess. A coaster, like a roller coaster. And then the carousel, the merry-go-round. Those are, carnival rides. All right, let's dive in and play the mini. It's another 5x5 with a couple of L brackets cut out of the top and bottom. All right, blank the whole world gone mad. Has the whole world gone mad? Cause of increased A's and decreased Z's. Decrease. Why would you lose sleep? Z's means sleep, right? I don't know. We'll come back to it. Romantic dozen. Well, you might buy roses in a dozen, and that is romantic. Still competing. Still competing. Maybe like in it, right? They're still in it to win it. I don't know. We might change that. I bet that's wrong. Flower blank, as described by 1, 4, 5, and 6, read in order, has blank roses in it. Flower. All right, let's come back. It's huge, whatever it is. Certain religious Jew. Is that a Hasidic Jew? I forget how to spell that, though. That might be correct. That might not be the way I spell it. Hasidic. Hasid. Help with a crime. Oh, I know this one. To abet. Aiding and abetting. The S of iOS abbreviation. Well, that is an abbreviation, so you're abbreviating the abbreviation. That's SYS, system. iOS, operating system. Skeleton piece, just a bone. 4 down in the chest. Well, that's a rib. Oh, I'm so close. Okay, I bet I spelled Hasidic wrong. Okay. Yes. That's the one. It's not Hasidic, it's Hasidic. I just spelled that wrong a little bit, but that's okay. You know what? Spelling counts, but spelling doesn't count too much. If they allow you to do it again, right? Can't stay long. When you're playing the Strands, tell me if you think it's hard. Okay, I'll watch out for it. Okay, has baby roses in it. We're going to have to... Oh my gosh, it thinks I'm clicking on stuff. I'm not. Blah, 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 blah. There it goes. All right, so from the top, one across. Has the whole world gone mad? Causes of increased A's and decreased Z's. Baby. Baby's adorable, but you will lose sleep. That's funny. I like that one. Romantic dozen. A dozen roses. Oh, I get it. That's cute. Okay, I just got the overall theme of the puzzle. Still competing. In it. In it to win it. Flower bed, as described by 1, 4, 5, and 6 across, read in order. A flower bed has baby roses in it. That's cute. All right, one down. Certain religious Jews, Hasid, right? Hasidic. Helped with a crime, abet. Aiding and abetting. The S of iOS, that's sys, abbreviated for system, operating system. Skeleton piece, a bone. And then a bone in your chest is a rib. Nice. Okay, and some of you guys know my personal rule. I will not be looking at the chat during the Wordle, so even if you're screaming the answer to me, I'm sorry, I won't be looking at it. Okay, so first off, I'm going to come up with just any old word. How about chunk? Sloth love chunk. Oh, no help at all. Okay. What do we do? How about grape? Okay, a little bit of help. We've got an R and a P. Can I come up with... I'm trying to come up with a third non-intersecting word. A word that doesn't use any of those first 10 letters. How about dolts? I mean, it's a word, right? Oh my gosh. No way. Give me all 5 letters. 3 out of the last week? I got green, all greens. Today I got all yellows. But Callie, I'm not going to take a screenshot of it. I'll be so... You're proud of myself. You're proud of me this time, hopefully. Every time I get all greens, I take a screenshot of it. But no, not today. Because it's not all greens, it's all yellows. Okay, so knowing that none of these are in the right place, and there's only one vowel, so there's probably a bunch of clustered, what are some, like S-P-R go together. Oh, if there was a U, we could say sprout. Oh, wait, I think I see it. Sport, right? The R can go there. T can go there. S. I bet you it's sport. Nice. Good show, sports fans. Awesome. Okay, well, we started just, I like to just throw a word out there, see what happens. And today it was chunk. And after chunk, I tried grape, a non-intersecting word that doesn't use any of those first couple of letters. And gave us an R and a P, not in the right place, but that's okay. And then I was trying to find a non-intersecting word that didn't use any of those first couple, those first 10. And I did today, dolts. If someone is just, an absolute idiot, they're a dolt. And I guess there would be a plural version of that. So then that gave us all 5 letters. That's awesome. So mixing the letters around, I tried my first thing I came up with, which was sport. Hey, if you like what you see today, give it a like. Consider subscribing. We do this every day. And I just go right into your feed every day when I first, whenever I go live. Today I had to go live a little later because it's the last school day. Tomorrow is technically a school day, not really. It's graduation day, and all the seniors are graduating, and I am in charge of live streaming all 3 graduations. So it's a hefty task on my part, but it's worth it. They make it worth my while. going to 3 graduations. I bring some projects. I get some projects done. But I hope to do my live stream in the morning before any of this, graduation stuff even happens. So if I can go live early, then I don't have to worry about, oh, I forgot my live stream. Because I'm not going to go home until like 9 o'clock tomorrow night. It's going to be a marathon. It's going to be a long day. So, but that's okay. Alrighty. Okay, what's next? Let's play the Strands puzzle. Okay, Strands is so fun. If you've never played Strands before, think of it like a word search, right? Except the words don't go left and right, up and down. They snake around in any direction they want. And you don't know what the words are. They give you a theme to start kind of figuring out what it is, but it's pretty loosely based until you start to fully understand like the true meaning of the theme. It's a little more nuanced, right? Okay, so a strange new world. This could be a strange new world about what? Strange new world. A whole new world. Like, what are we going for here? New world of these planets? Or is this maybe the pilgrims going across the ocean and landing in the new world? I don't know. Let's look. I almost see the word diamond, but it's spelled wrong. Diamond. I like looking in corners, right? That kind of gives it away sometimes if there's like an ER or a double letter. Look. Dinner. I see dinner. Team. A strange new world. What would go with the H? There's H something. H. There's like TH or CH, but there's just H by itself. Is this like fictitious worlds, like Narnia? Because I almost see Narnia right here. Narn. Gate. No way. Dystopia? Dystopian? Okay, I wonder if this is the spangram. Dystopian. Dystopian. What? Dystopian novel. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Oh, you are really quizzing me here. Dystopian novel. I'm trying to think of dystopian novels that I'm even acquainted with. M-tags. What are dystopian novels? My kids and I right now are reading The Hunger Games. There's The Maze Runner. Dune is technically dystopian. Jeez. Dystopian novel. Is this just like generic things about a dystopian novel? Right? There's like a some kind of like savior that pulls them out of the dystopia. Okay, RMF. That's suspicious. Mages. Oh wait, games. Ha 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 ha. Games. Is this about the Hunger Games? Callie? I swear. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're kidding me. What is this word down here? I've got 5. Let's see. I need 5. I have 2, so I need 5 left. That could be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would they have something so small like that? No, because some of these would have to be 3-letter words. No, so this is one full... farm. Okay. Hunger Games. Animal Farm. Tail. Okay, this is the second word of... Right? Is this the second word of different dystopian novels? Hunger Games. So in that theme, maybe Runner, if Maze Runner is in there. Flowers for Algernon. Okay, 4 out of 7, so there's 3 here. First word of the... Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay. Hunger Games. Farm. Animal Farm. Animal Farm. And then tail. What's the tail? Oh, the Handmaid's Tale. Which I have not read. Maybe I should. The Handmaid's Tale. That's so funny. Like I literally... I don't remember. Is that when I heard dystopia, that popped into my head. I have read Animal Farm. I have read Animal Farm. When I was a substitute teacher, I had some time to kill. Speaking of, the end of the year, time to kill, somebody needed a sub for one of these kind of bogus throwaway days, and it was an English teacher. And I remember kind of looking through their books and their shelf and stuff, and I was like, oh, I've never read this one. And, it doesn't take long to read. It's a very short one, but it's an allegory of, the human condition. The Handmaid's Tale, and then the Hunger Games. Yeah, I see you laughing at me because I mentioned Hunger Games, and there it is. We are currently, in the middle of book 3. I think I've told you our progress throughout. We're reading, a chapter, sometimes 2 chapters per night. We've read the first book, the second book, and we're about a third of the way through the third book in preparation to read the new one that's come out, right? It's I almost said Songbirds. It's not Songbirds. The Sunrise on the Reaping, we haven't read yet. From what I hear, it's a little more, I guess, graphic. Okay, well, now you're laughing, so I need to look this one up. Help me out. Flowers for Algernon. Short story, expanded into a novel. Progress more reports of a mentally disabled man, Charlie, who undergoes experimental surgery and briefly becomes a genius before the effects tragically wear off. Okay, I have not read that one. I'm showing my illiteracy. I'm sorry. That is not a dystopian book in any way. But these ones, we've read Maze Runner. That's pretty dystopian. We're in the middle of Hunger Games. That's very dystopian. Especially right now where we are reading right now. Just it could happen though. That's the scary part. Depending on the trajectory, right? Okay, and then that looks weird. Today's letterboxed looks like this. So we're trying to solve it in 5 words today, which is pretty standard. That's the average. Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 6. But today we got to do it in 5. So we're trying to solve in 5 words. We have an L, an E, S. Ooh, but the E and the S are on the same side. U, M, and I. R. Oh, finally, we have an R in a puzzle. J and B. That's a little tricky. A T and an O and a C. So the first thing I think of off the cuff is eject. E-G-E-C-T. But I can't do C-T because they're on the same side. So this may be a little tricky. There's no A in the puzzle. We do have an L. There's no N, so I can't say something like injury. Been too long since you read The Hunger Games? Yeah. So I don't know if I've told you this before, but I have a rule. It used to be like a hard and fast rule, and the kids have broken it many times, but that's okay. That we read the book before we watch the movie. There have been adaptations of Harry Potter and The Hunger Games and Maze Runner and whatnot. What's the other one? Ready Player One, right? And we have had this sort of rule in our family that you need to read the book first and then we can watch it. And so before we could watch the Harry Potter series, streaming, right? Like not in theaters or whatever. It was, once my kids were of that age. Harry Potter came out when I was a kid, not when my kids were kids, right? And so as a kids, or as an adult, we said to our kids that they needed to read the book first. Oh, by far. Yep, Rasmus, you nailed it on the head. The Hunger Games book is so much better than the movie. So much more detail. It's so much more vivid. All of that, imagery is all invented in your head. I have exactly, I know what the seam looks like. I know what the Capitol looks like. I know what the arena looks like. But to have some director and some, DP tell us, oh, this is where, this is what the Hunger Games arena looks like. That's not the one I have in my head. So, in fact, if I were to watch the movies again, I'd go, that's not how it is, right? That's not how I have it in my head. And they always take creative liberties. They cut things out, entire characters or entire plot lines or, character arcs and things. They always cut them out. So, yeah, I know. All right, so we are trying to... okay, first things first, I need to get rid of the stupid J. Where are we getting rid of a J? There's no H. I was going to say like SH. I don't see an H. There's no ING. Well, there's an I, but no NG to have. There's a good one. Justice. Justice. Justice is seldom had in a dystopian book, is it? Certainly not in the capital of the Hunger Games. Emboil. Not a word. There's no A. Errol. Speaking of Harry Potter, wasn't one of the owls named Errol? Errol the owl. Imbibe. Oh, is it imbibe with an N? Not a word. What I love about this puzzle, the letterbox, is that you can solve it in many, many different ways. That's sort of the beauty of it. How about embers? That's a good word. And then just... oh, I thought I could do soul. Well, I could do soul. S-O-L. Yeah, I didn't need to put an E on it. S-O-L. Sometimes when I do these puzzles, I feel S-O-L. All right. Justice. And the E led us to embers. And then the S led us to soul. Soul is, well, there's a couple words that, there's a couple meanings for soul. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. There's an L on the end. And then, what's the other one? Oh, just in many languages, soul means sun, right? The sun above in the sky. Okay, yesterday's puzzle, quads and sophomoric. Okay, sophomoric. That's not how I did it. We used the word squarish. I remember that, squarish. And then we reverse engineered the puzzle to fit in all the other letters. But we made it work. We made it work. All right. Hey, if you're new, give it a like and consider subscribing. We do this every day. And if you subscribe, it'll just come up into your feed whenever I go live. And from here on until the end of summer, I'll be doing this in the morning. So enjoy that. We'll have some time together in the mornings. All right. Let's recap what we've done today. Pretty fun puzzles today, honestly. Good Tuesday level puzzles. Of course, I saw the purple category first. How does that work? Of the connections. What characters were transformed into in Beauty and the Beast? Well, of course, there was a beast, the candelabra, Lumiere, the clock, Cogsworth, and then the teacup, Chip. Guitar playing techniques. You can bend notes. You can play with a pick. You can use a slide. I have a slide to play with guitar. It's got a great, cool sound. And then strumming, of course. Yeah, well, you know what? Nobody's perfect. Rasmus says, funny, because morning for me is like 3 p.m. in their time. So it's funny. It is mid-afternoon for me right now. So if you join me, let's see, not quite 12 hours before. I'm probably going to do it. Yeah, I guess maybe like 8 hours earlier than I am right now. Maybe even more than that. So, yeah, count in your head how far back that is. It'll be just in the early morning for me. Right now it's mid-afternoon because I just got home from work. So, yeah. It's a different time all over the world. That's part of the thing that I've loved about this. You know, I've done 4 months of live streams already. It's just kind of a neat experience, a neat social experiment. I don't know what I want to call this, but I'm having tons of fun doing the puzzles every day. And I've noticed that I have viewers from all over the world. I mean, people watch in from Qatar. People watch in from actually lots of different places in the Middle East, India, or different places in like the what do you call it? The Far East, right? Or not the Far East, the Azerbaijan, that kind of area, from Europe, and even in Central and South America. It's just really neat. Jamaica, awesome. Banana, good to have you. One of the things that I find interesting, sometimes people will watch my live streams to learn English, right? They'll come upon my thing and like just want to hear an American speaker speak English. I thought that was kind of interesting. One time a guy told me that. He said, I'm glad I get to watch this. I'm like, wow, cool. Here I am just playing puzzles for fun and you're learning something. Who knew? And Rasmus from Denmark. Cool. Very cool. I love this. Very, very cool. Let's see. I thought, it's funny when you overthink some of these categories. Here, yellow, round, flat things. Here are some circles. Coaster, frisbee, pancake, and record. And then the green category, carousel. And at first I was like, how is there a carousel, like a merry-go-round? No, there's not. There's a baggage claim carousel. And you don't ride it. Your luggage does. And then the food court, right? The best overpriced burger you'll ever have. You're a captive audience, so they can charge whatever they want, right? You're hungry and you can't leave, so of course they're going to charge $12 for something. A gate, right, to get to your airplane, and then the lounge if you need to just sort of cool off and wait for your flight. Awesome. All right. Has the whole world gone mad? That's the first clue for the mini crossword today. Causes of increased awes and decreased sleeping. A baby. A romantic dozen is roses. Still competing. In it. You're still in it to win it. Flower bed, as described by 1, 4, 5, and 6 across, read in order. Flower bed has baby roses in it. Great. Thanks for that. Certain religious Jew, a Hasid, right? A Hasidic Jew. I don't know how the beliefs are different. That'd be interesting to look up. Know how the Orthodox versus Hasidic versus... I don't know. That's interesting. Help with a crime. Abet. To aid and abet someone. You can go to jail for that, actually. If you're knowingly helping someone do a crime, then you're abetting. The S of iOS, right? I for the Apple stuff, and then OS for operating system. So the abbreviation is SYS. Skeleton piece is a bone, and then that specific skeleton piece that's all over your chest are your ribs. Sweet. We did that one in 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Pretty good. All right, for the Wordle today, I just threw out a random word and hope for the best. Right? That's my strategy. Right? I just throw out a 5-letter word, see what happens. And sometimes it's helpful, and then sometimes it's like, whoops, just like today was. I said chunk, and it was no help at all. And then my second guess is to do a non-intersecting word. I'm sure other people have the same strategy. I never learned it from anybody. It's just sort of what evolved, survival of the fittest. And this worked out, so I keep doing this. It's the most efficient. I can use up 3 guesses and in the process use up 15 of the 26 letters rather than re-guessing and reusing letters, which would be less efficient. So I tried grape, which doesn't use any of the first 5. Then that gave us the R and the P. And then I tried dolts. Someone that's an idiot is a dolt. Dolts, plural. And that gave us the O, the T, and the S. And using those, I already got all 5 letters. We just need to, rotate them around, see what order they go in. And I tried sport. Nice. At first, I thought it might be one of those words that has 3 consonants, like SPR, like sprout, or STR, I guess, strum, stroud, I don't know, strode, something like that. Sport. All right, and then today's Strands puzzle, that's pretty funny. Callie kind of had me bookmark this one in my head. He's like, hey, if you... when you said I got to take off early, but by the way, tell me how hard you think this one is. Oh man, and if I ever chuffed the bucket on one of these, it was today. I did it, I got it right, but it wasn't as apparent as it could have been. A Strange New World, and then who was it that I think Rasmus saw the word dystopia. And it wasn't just dystopia, it was dystopian novel. That was the spangram that goes all the way across. And then from that dystopian novel, I saw the word games, and I thought, oh, maybe it's like the second word of each of these. Well, it's both words, just in 2 different places. I see hunger and games, Handmaid's Tale, and then Animal Farm. 2 of those I've read. I've read The Hunger Games and Animal Farm. Animal Farm is an allegory for how humans treat each other and take power and usurp power over one another. And then The Hunger Games is just about as dystopian as you can get. It's neat how, isn't it Suzanne Collins? Just sort of like paints a grim reality of how after war and devastation, and how the government picks up the pieces and enforces their dominion over the people. It's just wild. If you've never read it, it's worth the read. It's a really good one. The one that I have not read. Oh, is it a book as well? Or is it a TV show as well? Futuristic dystopian novel by Margaret Atwood, published in 1985. Oh, interesting. Set in near future New England, patriarchal totalitarian theonomic state known as the Republic of Gilead, which has overthrown the United States government. Offred is the central character and narrator and one of the handmaids, the women who are forcibly assigned to produce children for the commanders, the ruling class in Gilead. That sounds terrible. Powerless women in a patriarchal society. Interesting. Huh. I bet you that would be a good read. I bet that'd be a great read, actually. And The Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, dystopian. Dystopia. Opposite of utopia. Utopia would be great. Dystopia, yeah, not so much. I don't know. If you follow the stock market lately, maybe this is dystopian. We're in a dystopian society right now. But we're trying to keep it light, keep it fun, right? Okay, in the letterbox today, we had the word justice, and the E led us to embers, and then the S, I just needed the O and the L at that point, so I said soul, like do, re, mi, fa, sol. Sweet. All right, you guys are awesome. Thanks for a great chat. Thanks for helping out on the stream and figuring out the letterbox with me and the dystopian. Once we cracked that open, it was smooth sailing from there. So, yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you for tuning in. And tomorrow I'll be there bright and early because I am going to go straight from our live stream to graduation. It'll be cool. So, yeah. Anyway, you guys are great. Thank you, and I will catch you on the next one. See ya.